So today we're going to talk a little bit about boundaries because this is an issue I think a lot of us have. It's something I've been consistently working on myself for the last 2 or 3 years. And I think it's something that's really important to know how to do and why we're doing it. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. So why do we need boundaries? Well, if we didn't have boundaries, people would run all over us and we would never get anything done. And we would probably be feeling pretty crappy a lot of the time. One of the most important reasons why you need boundaries is because you need to separate your personal space from the personal space of others. Sometimes you just need that time for yourself, and if you're doing things for everyone else all the time, you feel depleted, you get cranky, you get out of sorts. And sometimes people are doing this and not realizing the reason they're feeling bad is because they have really poor boundaries with their friends, their family members, their coworkers, their kids, everybody. So make sure that you set boundaries because you need to have the separation that's yours. You don't constantly have to jump every time somebody asks you to do something. Take them to the airport, take them to the store, come over and help me with this. It's nice if you want to be a kind person, but you also don't want to be a doormat. And this is why boundaries are very, very important, right? They really affect us on a personal level when we, eventually feel really taken advantage of. Okay, so that's one good thing, is to separate your personal space and your time so that you can get done what you need to get done without everyone else trampling all over you. Another reason that you need boundaries is because they show that you value yourself, right? It's about creating a standard of how you actually want to be treated by other people. If somebody does something you don't like, you don't just let them keep doing it, right? Like if they keep kicking or sneezing on you or blowing their nose in your t-shirt, that's not okay. If they keep interrupting you, if they keep calling you names, these are bad things that are happening. And if you continue to let these things happening, it's showing somebody else that you don't respect yourself enough to put up a boundary and stand up for the way that you would like to be treated. It could be something big, it could be something small, but if it bothers you, it's important. And you can set up a boundary in a nice way without being a jerk about it, but it's really about your personal value and the value you feel like you have. And that's usually indicative of kind of how strong or weak your boundaries are. Another thing is that setting up a boundary shows people that you value your time, right? So for me as a tarot card reader, there are times when I don't read. If the football game is on Sunday, I don't care if your hair's on fire or your house is burning down. I'm not going to answer the phone if you call because I'm watching my game. That is a boundary that most of my clients know about. You don't call during that time, right? Also, too, for me, there's certain times if I jumped on every single person that needed a reading, I wouldn't have time to get everything that I need to get done. And I don't want to feel like I'm rushing, like I'm rushing through my food or haven't eaten because I was so busy taking care of everyone else. Like, my time has value too, and it's important, and I need to be doing things for myself. And it's not that I don't care about the other people or about helping or being there, being supportive. It's just, you have to know where your lines and your limits are, your boundaries are, right? Put your oxygen mask on first before you put it on somebody else. And so sometimes when you're not feeling good, I've had this happen before too. I've had, some illnesses or injuries where I really haven't been in a good place to do a reading. And I've had to tell people no, and they give you this huge pushback. And a lot of people cave when that happens, but I don't cave, so don't try that with me. But it's really, if I'm sick, one, you're disrespecting me when I tell you I'm sick. And two, it's I'm allowed to be sick. It's okay for me to do that and take care of myself and get back to business when I'm feeling better. So it really does show that you value not just yourself, but your time, right? And what you need to be doing for yourself. The other thing too is it's about valuing your energy, right? The last thing we want to talk about is if you set up a boundary, it's about valuing your energy, because people that take advantage of you suck all the life and energy out of you. They need this, they need that. They want you to be here and there. And, it's great to be supportive and have a regular friendship or connection that has balanced give and take. But if somebody is taking so much of your time that you are feeling drained or depleted, it might be time that you want to start setting up some boundaries with that person. It's very, very important. Also, too, just overall, if you're trying to figure out if somebody needs a boundary or not, think about if that person were removed from your life, what would you be missing? would you feel kind of really, oh wow, it feels kind of good not to think about them not being in that space or not having to do this or that? Or are you like, oh, like I'd be really sad, I would miss their company, we have all these great times together, and maybe they're just pushy in a small area, or they just have issues in a small area. So doing that and creating that scenario in your head will kind of let you know how much work you have to do or not do with these people. Something else you want to be really aware of too is you have to kind of train people if you haven't had boundaries before. There's going to be a little bit of a blowback because some people are going to not be used to it, but they will understand and respect it over time. It's just going to be kind of something they'll have to get used to. And then you'll have the people who are actually really taking advantage of you pretty badly. And these people will be absolute jerks. They will try to blame things on you. They will try to give you the guilt trip, make you feel bad, tell you all sorts of horrible things, which are not true, because what they're actually doing is trying to get you to do what they want again. They want to put you in a position where they can take advantage of you and you don't mind and you don't say anything and you don't complain, right? So this is also a good assessment to make when you start putting boundaries up to see who you want to keep in your life and who you don't, because the people that are giving you the big pushback are probably not there for you, and they probably don't have your best interest at heart. A normal person will, be a little bit confused at first, but they'll understand when you say, hey, I need this for me. They'll be like, okay, I get it, no problem. You let me know when you're free, right? Or I'll find someone else to help me. So keep that in mind too if you're having a hard time trying to figure out which side of the line certain people in your life are on. So with that said, setting boundaries are really hard, but I know that you can do it. So just get out there and, stand up for yourself and value yourself and honor and respect who you are and your time. So if you have any questions or you're having help or you need help or you're having a hard time with this, let me know. I'm here. But until next time, thank you guys so much for watching and have an absolutely beautiful day.